All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's stream of the AES in conjunction with Veteran Gaming Australia GT4 Fixed Rookie Development Series. We are in round 5, I believe. Sam?
Oh, sorry. Let's just tidy that one up there. Sorry, boys.
Yes, we are week 5. Usual format. This week we're at Road Atlanta. We have, at this point, a 15-car grid. And so should provide some good racing. I've lost my other window. I've got the championship result, current standings here at the moment. So top 5 is Grant Patullo on 206 points with 2 wins up his belt. John Fillingham in second with 204 points. Nathan Tapp and Philly has 1 win as well. Nathan Tapp with no wins, but an average start of third and average finish of third has 198 points. Ilias Dugan in fourth with 197 points. And Jamie Fleming is at 196 points. So very close there. And John McHenry in equal fifth there too with the 196. So very close championship battle going on. The cars are just rolling out on their outlaps. Ready for qualifying. They should be on their first flyers now. A couple of them. Who have we got?
And we're on with John Fillingham, one of the first ones out tonight.
Car number 369. Coming down for his first flying lap, I do believe. As he comes through here. Very heavy braking zone here. There should be some great overtaking opportunities there this week in that corner. Onto the front straight, and away we go for his first flying lap. Love that Veteran Gaming Australia skin there. Very, very shiny. Stands out. You can't miss it. Down through the S's. Car looks nice and planted.
It's going to jump to Jamie Fleming, who's setting purple sectors at the moment. So Barry Punter set us purple in the third, so it looks like he might be an early one for pole.
Barry Punter is coming around the final corner now for his first lap. Goes to a provisional pole there, the 126.1. Jamie Fleming's just jumped in there with a 125.998, so very close. Donald Pittman, as in Dante. I have to apologise to him this week. I got his name wrong. Puts it in the third. I now know who he is. I kept getting people when I raced and chose the real names, you used to everyone's nickname. Now that'll be an off track there for Barry Punter, so this lap won't count. Hopefully gets around for a third lap.
Rainbow with Jonathan Akers now. He's coming in hot. He's had a purple first sector, so let's see what he can do with this last sector here. And he pulls it into second.
Ooh, very good drive.
Look at Jamie Fleming coming to the back end. He did set a purple sector, but that's been taken over now. Comes off the
Yeah,
straight into the...
Matty Shanahan's gone to the top of the time table there with a very quick lap time.
He has. He's ahead by a full 10th, so he's looking pretty good. So what Jamie can do here. Comes to the start-finish line. Matthew Shanahan's coming back down through for the last sector.
He's pulled the car up, so he's done.
I think he's going to have to be happy with that time that's going on there. Wally Blair, it's setting a very close time to Matthew there.
Willie has been a quick
Willie
driver over
Blair.
the last few weeks.
He has. He's set a purple second sector, so let's see what he can do here.
We'll follow him here because there's only 4 100ths off on his last lap.
Oh, we seem to have lost him. There we go, and we've got him back.
There he is, he's back again. So this lap may not count if iRacing detected the discontinuity of his server.
At least Dugan was able to set a purple sector in the second sector, but
he's gone on yellow. He's currently running yellow.
Oh no! And he spun out there in the chicane, and he's gonna have to be happy with 9th there.
He's gonna have to be happy with 9th.
And then with Grant Patullo.
Grant has been running away with the races. Might not be gelling with the Porsche here so far. Those lap times, he's only 1/10 off, so that's not unachievable to pull back. He's not lining up the sectors though.
No, he's unfortunately running a little bit slower than he has been.
The final, still running behind on time. Pulled in the pits. He's done his 2 laps. I look at my time screens. Yes, no, he has done his 2 laps. Which that was his second lap, realising he's off the pace there and pulls it into the pits.
So I think we might be on... Oh no, we still have Brad Feenley who's running. Put that VB McLaren.
That VB McLaren in the, up that top there somewhere. He'd be thrilled if you could do that. Very long back straight down through. Well, you wouldn't call it a straight, would you? Call it a long curvature and then a straight.
For all intents and purposes, it's a straight.
Right. There is a straight section, the very last part of it, down this hill.
I think we're going to be seeing a lot of action into this corner here during the race. It's one of the best overtaking spots.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% there, mate. I reckon we will. It's going green, yellow, green. So he's setting personal best, so he might... See where he slots up here.
Doesn't look like he's able to improve there. So it looks like we've come to an end for our qualifying now. So we've had 11 drivers qualify.
Yeah, 11 drivers qualify. The drivers that didn't set a lap time: Job Jocelyn, Samuel Smith, Blake Norman, and John McHenry. We will see how that shakes out. Now we've got someone lined up for guest commentary tonight. He's coming in. He's not having a race tonight. Joel Farley will bring him in second. He just had some technical issues, so we're going to drag him in.
That brings qualifying to an end.
Welcome, Joel.
Hello. It's good to be back.
Yeah. Good to see you here tonight for commentary. Having some time off behind the wheel there, mate. We just wrapped up qualifying. What grid positions are we sitting at now? Let's have a look. My thing is doing thinny things. Why am I having technical issues tonight? I don't know why I'm having technical issues tonight. Sorry there, viewers. Okay, so Matty Shanahan puts it on pole. Willie Blair in second, very close there in second place. Jonathan Aikens in third. Grant Patullo, our current championship leader, puts it fourth. Jamie Fleming in fifth. John Fillingham in sixth. Barry Punter, seventh. Donald Pittman in eighth. Ilias Dugan in ninth. Nathan Tapp in 10th. Brad Feeney 11th. Samuel Smith 12th. And we have John McHenry 13th. Blake Norman in 14th. And Joe Jolson 15th. So 15 cars to run tonight. Should be an interesting race. What are your thoughts tonight, Joel?
I absolutely love Road Atlanta, absolutely spewing that I've not gotten my rig up and running yet. But it'll be interesting to see if some of the quick guys like John McHenry can come up through the grid. I think that's something he's trying to work on.
Yeah, he's pretty nifty at coming up through the grid. He loves doing that.
Yeah, there's a definite art to it. I think we're about to go green though. Or is there a formation lap?
Formation lap. Formation lap. Yes.
We'll be running a full formation lap tonight, unlike back in Canada where it was a shortened one.
It's a long lap around Canada. Not so long around here.
Yeah. Be interesting to see. I think the S's will be our danger zone for tonight. Or if you get a little bit too excited to make a pass in the S's, it can get really dangerous really quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, you really have. Sorry, you go.
Right, Joel, go. No, you're right, Joel. Go for it, mate.
You really have to get your line right through the S's. It all starts if you mess up the first corner over the hill, you're not gonna get it right, and you're losing multiple seconds there.
Yes, and not to mention if you drop a wheel over the grass and the curb, there might be another car next year that could result in chaos.
Yeah, certainly a risky overtaking spot.
Yeah, you want to set yourself up to get them on the exit to that little back straight. It's a great spot.
When you're doing that, though, you're putting yourself in danger down this long straight into the right into the chicanes.
Yes, in our.
I think Eastman just fell off a cliff, but yeah, certainly there's a lot of good overtaking spots here, and it'll be a very strategic and exciting race. I've not watched the last couple. Sam, who's quick?
Well, I think Grant dominated Canada, so I think he's one to watch out for tonight. Can't ever count Philly out.
We have got no game audio on the stream. Tech Man, have a quick look,
Oh, let
please.
me have a look. I've got it.
Green flag, green flag.
And green, Philly's away. He has not wasted any time tonight. Normally, sorry,
I think that's Shanahan.
sorry. Oh, it's too many
He's
VGA
gotten
cards.
away. It's Shanahan, Blair, Akers. Patullo side by side. Through the S's, someone's gone off in the back.
Oh, and
Who's
we've
that
had
slamming?
Let's have a quick look at that replay there. Oh,
he's
might be a bit of
Turned
around
across
there.
him. I'm not quite sure from that angle. But Shanahan has done well to make a little bit of a gap here on the first lap. We'll see if Blair can close him down on the straight. Like it'll be pretty even Stevens through the chicane on the first lap.
They're going to try and keep it tidy for the first lap, but unfortunately we had our first incident with jamming.
Yeah, and luckily there is a fast repair in this race, or maybe even two. So hopefully Jamie can get back into the race and salvage some valuable points.
Yeah.
I think Jamie's one of the ones. I think Jamie's one of the ones going for the championship this season.
Yeah, we have a bit of a drive ahead of him, but it looks like he's stayed out and hasn't gone into the pits.
Hopefully he's not got damage. Looks like he is catching up to Joslin, although he maybe had an incident himself.
It looks like we'll go back and have a look at that. It looks like Joslin just had a little whoopsies. Oh, and he's gone hard into the wall.
Looks like it might have been a technical failure. Like he's hit a screen freeze or something. Because it just looked like it went straight when there was a corner.
Yeah, he's a bit of trouble there. But thankfully, you have a fast repair and it's a long race, so he has every chance to get back into it.
Exactly.
But Matthew Shanahan here able to maintain his lead into the third lap of the race.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job of this.
Well, he's right there sticking with him. He's doing a good job. But those two have managed to pull away a little bit of a gap early on here.
Yeah, I think Shanahan's not too concerned about what's behind him, although it's run a bit wide there. But I think he's just trying to stay calm, not worry about the car behind him, focus on what he's doing.
And Job Johnson has gone in to take his fast repair, but unfortunately he will still have to make another pit stop in this lap. I don't think he will have the fuel to get him through to the end of the race.
Do you know what the fuel limit is? Is that 50%?
They're not limited, I believe. I think they're allowed full fuel, but you only get about 45 minutes on a full tank of fuel in the GT4s. 45 to 50 minutes. So a full tank will still see you need to stop.
Got it. That'll certainly make the end of the race interesting if he's only got a splash and dash to go, and if he can pick up some pace here. Although Blair's right on top of Shanahan.
He's been able to break the gap, pull the gap in a little bit, and he's really, really putting the pressure on Matthew Shanahan here.
Yeah, it looks like the toes helped him out there in the second half of the lap. Maybe Shanahan's a bit quicker through the first couple of turns.
Looks like he's a little quicker through the S's as well.
He took that really well there, hopping over that curb. Love to see it.
Using all the track to his advantage here.
Yeah, he made a 2/10 gain on that one corner. Crazy. It's not broken the toe though, so we might see that gap shrink again.
See what Willie can do coming in here. Looks like that toe is hugely advantageous here. He's just reeling him in down the back straight.
Yeah, I reckon anything, if you're coming out of that final turn with 2/10, I reckon you send it into the chicane.
Oh yeah. There's so much time you can gain there. Just right on board with Willie for a second here.
No further action on the lap 1 incident. It appears to be a little bit of net code, and Jamie sort of come across. So, racing incident there. Was able to carry on.
Yeah, Shanahan really does make that gap through the S's.
Pulls through so much time. But he does tend to lose a little. Oh, it's a fixed setup. I was going to say he could be running a little more downforce, but they're running a fixed setup, so.
Yeah. I was going to say the same thing, but then I realized it before I said it.
Good tight little packs throughout the field here, which is good to see. No one's getting left hung out to dry. Looks like everyone's sort of just settling in now, early stages.
The Porsche looks like it's struggling a bit, which is surprising considering the length of this back straight.
Everyone's going to be a bit careful around Willie, I think. His connections.
It's blipping slightly.
Man, look, Blake Norman overtaken by Donald Pittman.
But look at that pass here. Oh, he's got a good run out of the chicane.
Yeah.
That's a nice follow through there.
Oh, we nearly gets him back. Can we stay on board with that one or not?
Oh,
No.
sorry, I've jumped back already, sorry.
Well, I think something happened to Blake, actually. Because he's dropped another 2 positions there.
Oh, and he's cooked it a
So
little
it
bit
looks
too
like
hard.
he got back. Yeah, he got back in front of Pittman and then was all out of sorts over the curb.
Looks like he just sent it a little bit too hard into turn 1.
Yeah, easy to do that.
Looks like
It's a very difficult turn 1.
Looks like we have 3 little battle packs forming from first all the way down to 6th.
Well, first retirement of the night. Joe Johnson looks like he's retired after that incident.
Look at Jonathan Akers now. Him and Philly are fighting.
I think Philly was thinking about a dive there, but a little bit too far back. It's a bit deceiving with the,
Sorry.
yeah, it's deceiving with the length of that Mercedes' nose. Just how close you are to the car in front. But yeah, definitely Philly's very careful about taking other drivers out. It's very rare.
Very, very careful driver about that. He shows a lot of respect for other cars, but he's not afraid to get his elbows out when he needs to.
No. Looks like Shanahan's been able to pull a little bit of a gap away from Willie here. This is coming to a very, very tight battle here between Philly and Jonathan Akers.
Yeah, Philly is all over the back of him. You can see it. Akers is just slightly missing apexes, slightly running wide.
In the background of that, you've got Elias Dugan sitting right up behind Grant as well. So these top 6 here are just sort of have their own little pack together, but separated by about the same amount of time. It's definitely deeper into that braking zone. Much more confident under brakes. Trying maybe to force Jonathan Akers into a mistake coming in there.
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to do. Just show him the nose, show him how big that Mercedes badge is on the front of the car.
Just let him know he's there. Just know he's not gonna just disappear, and he can pressure him a little bit more.
Yeah, it's a long race. It's definitely a strategy to try and play some mind games with the car in front. And see, look there, he's running super wide, and Philly's even wider. To keep it clean, but Philly has lost 8/10 there almost.
He's lost a little bit of time, but he's
Cut that one.
not there. He's been able to
Gained it back.
yeah, again, we go in one corner.
Yeah, you took a bit of liberties on track limits. I reckon that was a 1x. But if iRacing lets you do it, then it's fair game, I say.
Mm-hmm. And Jamie Fleming has taken an early pit stop.
I reckon he did have a bit of damage, and maybe this is just the when the pit window's open.
It makes sense to
So I
run
reckon
long. He could be looking good, but
Yeah.
he will have some scrub tires towards the end.
What do you see? Do you see the drivers making tyre changes in this race?
Don't think so.
In a minute, our pit lane reporter might be able to tell us how long Fleming's pit stop was.
Race control current looking at incident.
Jonathan Akers is definitely much more comfortable now that Philly's not right up his chuff.
Yeah, he's pulled back a bit. It looks like he's closed the gap slightly to Blair ahead. Right behind them, there's another fight between Grant Patullo and Elias Dugan. Looks like everyone's settled down a little bit more.
It might have just been the toe, but it looks like the Porsche is losing quite a bit of time down the straight. I don't know if there's a change to the bop recently, or something else that's not quite right. But in previous rounds, we've seen the Porsche be super fast on the straights, but now it's equal at best.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit slower.
Let's have a quick look at the back of the field. Blake Norman and Brad Feenley are having a bit of a fight here. There was a little pass here before. Blake makes a move in, but looks like he can't hold it. Brad's able to take it back, heading to the final corner.
He just held it on the track there on the exit of the chicane. But definitely, very respectful driving from Brad to let him rejoin.
Yeah, we've got fights happening all over the track at the moment.
Yeah, McHenry has carved up the field.
Yeah. Donald Pittman is hanging on to him.
Yeah, we'll see how McHenry goes into clean air though. He might not get a chance to though into the chicane.
Pittman pokes his nose out. He's gonna have a go here. just can't get through there, but has to pull up just to keep the car on track.
Looks like it's gotten in though, on the exit of the chicane.
Whoa.
McHenry's line was compromised and Pittman leaves him no room on the exit of the final corner.
The two Chips Ahoy cars having a bit of a nice battle here. And John McHenry is just hanging out the back, waiting to make a move on whoever makes a mistake.
Yeah, definitely. It's a wise racing move from Brad Fenley there, just to sit back, watch the battle, and exactly pick up on any pieces that get left behind.
My mistake. That was Brad Fenley I was talking about. I got my names mixed up. Don Pittman goes to make another move. Can he make this one stick? It gives him a nice bit of room there, though. Oh, but he puts down again to go on the straight.
No, he's not going to have the traction there.
He's compromised his
That
exit
was ambitious. There. Yeah, he might be vulnerable here to Fenley. I think he is. Fenley's going to go for a dive here on the inside.
Oh, but
Henry's
he covers
gone
it off.
defensive and offensive at the same time. Can he do it?
Oh, and he looks like he holds it around the exit.
That's brilliant from John McHenry there. Defending attack is the best form of defense.
It was a brilliant move there. Fenley kicks up. He's able to get past Don, and Don looks like he's going to struggle here. He's going to fall victim to Blake as well, maybe. He's done well to hold on so far.
Don Pittman, I think, is new this season, or maybe a few rounds at the end of last season. But he's certainly gained a lot of pace very quickly.
Race Control has issued a drive-through penalty for the contact involving car 07 and car 440.
Who was it that got the penalty?
Nathan Tapp caused a crash. Incident on lap 8.
Let's see if we can find that one. Was that where Nathan went off track?
Yeah, and pushed Barry Punter in the bumper.
So he's the culprit of those divots there. Oh, it doesn't look like it's, that was the wrong one, sorry. Let's jump back here. Let's give him a little push and gained a position there. The flash of the light's a good measure.
Yep, just taking a bit too much speed, and I think that's what we were saying before the race, of it's so easy to mess up your corners, your flow through these S's, and then compromise your line on the exit.
But I think Barry Punter wasn't quite as confident through there, and there's a little bit of a touch of brake, which I don't think also Nathan Tapp was expecting, but the car behind's responsibility is to get past. Safely, by all means, it was not a brake check. But obviously, can't push the car off the track.
Yeah, this two groups of two is all of a sudden turned into a group of 4. Yeah, if he's wise, he'll focus on his exit onto this back straight. It's like he didn't get a good or a bad exit there. It's just fairly regular. And he's too far back here, I think, to make a move. Yeah, and you're running on lighter fuel, so that extra kilogram is worth maybe half a tenth, or maybe a few tenths if it's a really fuel sensitive car. But on the yeah, exactly. It's whether you think you're being held up in the corners more than you're benefiting from the tow. Right, and if Philly does think that he just can't get past Jonathan Akers here, maybe the undercut is a strategy he goes for. But I don't know if you want to go for a huge undercut. I feel like now is just too early for it.
I was wondering what I thought he was going to come to the pits for a second. He cut that corner so tight. Well, we do have a pit. Blake Norman has pitted. Blake Norman stopped for 38 seconds in total, so I think he's taken on a lot of fuel to make it get to the end.
Yeah, if I was Philly here, with how much these cars behind, how much time it seems like they're losing battling, I'd genuinely start thinking about an undercut.
Is it too much fuel carried into the race? Still got 40 minutes roughly to go, 38 minutes. It's a lot of fuel to take on.
Definitely is. It would be a big risk. He could easily lose 2 positions from it, but he could also gain 1, 2, maybe 3 in that all important top step.
That is true. Or does he jump on the comms and ask for a gentlemanly pass to help drag the whole crew along?
Does he flash the lights into braking zones? Really playing mind games.
Yeah, but he's leaving himself open to Grant here. Grant was struggling
Exactly.
early on. The car's coming to him now, by the looks of it.
Yeah, the Porsche looks good on the lighter fuel.
And you've got Dukes just sitting back there watching all this unfold. He's just happily just driving along again. Nathan Tapp's come in for his pit stop after serving the drive-through early on.
Ooh, a risky pit exit there. Didn't quite see that one on the have the angle for that one to see it coming, but well avoided by everyone.
It's a very tricky pit exit there, though.
Yeah, that's what's important. After that penalty.
Very, yeah, tricky. Yeah, sorry. Very tricky.
You definitely do. It's a very tricky thing, especially in multi-class at this track. Akers is going defensive here. Maybe a little bit too early to be going defensive. Exactly, and it's also just saying, hey, John, I know you're the admin, but I'm not going to let you have this pass.
Matty Shanahan's coming up on lap traffic, is he?
Yeah, it looks like it. He's made a little bit of a gap here. He's got one car in between. That's always an important thing if you're the leader. Keep a car in between you and second place.
Oh, yeah, that's Barry Punter, I believe, in the car they're overtaking at the moment. He was unfortunately caught up in that incident earlier, which pushed him way back. Takes a lot of energy to drive this close too for the amount of time they have been driving together. Yeah, especially racing so close, you're mentally. Oh, Philly's coming in for the pit.
He pulled the trigger on the undercut.
Let's see what his
it was
time in the pit stop is.
a few too many laps behind Akers there. Maybe as Akers was catching up to his teammate, he just thought, you know, I might not get the rub of the green here. Better of it and just dove into the pits. It's dropped him down to 8th, maybe 9th.
A lot of clean air though. He's going to come out a lot of clean air. Philly's total pit stop time there was 32 seconds in the box and 54 seconds down the pit lane. So we'll keep an eye on that when the next guys
looks
come
like
in.
it's caught up. Sorry, Eastman, but there's a battle for the lead going on, maybe. Yeah, covering Philly off there.
Yeah, so
This will be a close pit exit. Coming onto the back straight.
bring that track map up for our viewers. We've got that available tonight.
McHenry's also in the pits. I think he's got him. I don't think Akers has moved yet. Yeah, maybe Akers has put in too much fuel, or maybe Philly's been strategic and said, I'm going to under-fuel and just fuel save for the rest of the race.
Could be, because there was a 5-second difference in the pit stop time there.
That is large.
John Filling was 32 seconds in the pits. The box time. Akers was 37 seconds. John McHenry further back was 31. So Jonathan Akers definitely put more fuel in. Whether he's making sure they don't run out this week, because last week they had to fuel the guys running out of fuel.
And Elias Stogan.
So
They're all in.
change of tyres here too for Matt Shanahan. So he must be putting in enough fuel to cover that.
Shanahan's still on his jack stands. Be tight coming out. Philly's going to have slightly warmer tyres. It'll be interesting to see if those rear tyres, those fresh tyres, sorry, will pay dividends at the end of this race. But
yeah, I couldn't see any other cars up on the jacks. So could explain the extended stop for Jonathan Akers too, because Matthew Shanahan's pit stop time was 35.7 seconds and only 2 seconds behind Jonathan Akers' time. So maybe both of them changed tyres.
Looks like Philly's not content with third place here. He was in front of Grant Patullo before the pit stop. And I think he wants to be in front of him again. But these guys are racers. Here he comes. Is he going to make it through turn one? No, he thinks better of it. Yeah, it's not a great overtaking area through the S's. What these guys are going to want to do is maximize the exit of turn. Oh, is it turn 8? I think it is.
Oh, that is
I think that's what they call it. Billy tape goes tight there. I think they've all gotten pretty even exits. But that toe, the Mercedes.
Yeah, and then Matty Shanahan will be hoping these guys battle a lot because they'll be wearing their tyres out. He's got a fresh set.
What happened at the front? Oh, I think it might have just been timing glitch.
Woody
We've got
Blair
the-
has been jumping in and out.
I see. Alright, he's got that.
Oh,
Oh, it's his front as well. Oh no.
It's huge. He's absolutely shattered that car.
Oh, he's on the grass.
Oh, that is major damage. Can he get it back around? Or is he going to have to tow?
I think he's going to have to tow that one. Looked like it wasn't.
I'll mess it round. Well, Grant Patul, I was thinking all of his Christmases have come at once here because he was struggling early on and now he's got that Porsche in the lead. Matthew Shanahan will be sitting back going one less competitor. We've got the 09 and John McHenry close together.
Ooh, Billy's getting loose over the top of the hill. It's such a difficult corner as you go over that crest. The car gets light, and you'll just take it easy, change his underwear.
The 4-second gap behind now to Matty Shanahan. John Akers will be hoping to catch up to Matty Shanahan, get some tow, and maybe they can work together and catch back up to these guys. We're presuming both have. Well, we know that Matthew has fresh tyres. I'm presuming that Jonathan Akers does as well. Fully won't want to let Grant get away here, though, because when Grant gets away, he's gone. Gets in that rhythm and off he goes. Such a big runoff area there. Coming off that onto that back little straight there. But if you get it wrong, get too much grass, the wall says g'day real fast on the opposite side of the track. He's just put in the fastest second sector of the race. If he's gone purple. He was 3/10 faster through sector 2.
I think sector 2 is the top of the hill to the lead onto that double right-hander, if I remember correctly.
Cookie Monster versus VB. Who will come out on top? Well, I mean, Brad could always soak the Cookie Monsters cookies in Matt VB and upset his day.
I think it'd make his day. Well, it depends on Cookie Monster's opinion of VB. Other beers are available. Yeah, he's been battling almost as much as the leaders have been.
Are they catching up to anyone at the moment? Just over a second. Someone's had an incident down the bottom of the hill. Yeah, and it looks like he's not come back out to take his fast repair and rejoin the race. So he's retired the car. Obviously, too much damage there, maybe. Or maybe he left his fast repair ticked, and if you've got that little bit of damage when you come into the pits for your first time, it'll use it on you. And if you have a major incident like that, you've got no fast repair left, which I've done many a time. And there's a pretty big gap then to Jamie Fleming, John McHenry, Brad and Nathan. And they're all. Yeah, Barry Punter's done well to after the incident. He's recovered. He's up into 10th place.
Yeah, he's fallen. He must be a lap behind now. Because he's behind Barry Punter, who we've seen be lapped.
My timing screen's
Yeah,
showing everyone on the
that
lead
makes
lap.
sense.
So. Has he had an incident? Has he brushed a wall? That could be a thing. There's no Oh, we've had an incident at the front. Grant Patullo.
Oh, he's dropped down to third. Oh. Oh, and it's a bad rejoin as well. Yeah. I think he joined at the right time, but he stopped after he did his quick spin. So Matthew would have been completely blindsided over that hill. Because yeah, you cannot see anything. What a shame for Matt Shanahan to be leading this race for so long, for the entire first stint, and then yeah, just to be caught up in an incident. Yeah, with the probably a 2-minute tow from that point.
Who was in the McLaren that nearly collected into that?
I think it was Jonathan Akers. Well, as yeah, I reckon Matthew Shanahan's what I was saying. Go left, go right, and I wonder if John McHenry can get onto that last podium spot and make it a triple John. Catching up to Fleming, I don't know if there's a... Yeah, when Jamie Fleming is in the rhythm, he is very consistent and very, very fast.
Apologies there. My mic has been muted for a little bit. Sorry about that, everyone.
Okay. Just
Thanks for the heads up,
Pittman's
Blake.
gonna make a move here on punter. And back again. Can't quite make it stick, Pittman. And he might be vulnerable here to Elias Dugan. Although he's got that inside line. They're going maybe 3 wide here. Who's gonna come out on top?
Looks like they're gonna. Oh, looks like Dukes pokes around to make a move, but he pulls back in.
He's such
Pittman
a long
covers
straight
off.
there.
Pittman covers off the move from Donald Pittman, going on the defensive.
Yeah, and then they get very vastly different exits out of that chicane. Such
Dukes
a
falls-
long straight on that back straight. It's very different on the end of the straight to the start of it.
It really
I think
is.
they went
Looks like
2
Dukes-
wide, then 3 wide, then 2 wide again.
Yeah. Looks like Dukes is falling behind slightly. So what's happened here?
It's got a mechanical black flag.
Oh no.
Wonder where he picked that up. Could it have been on that straight somewhere? Maybe a bit of heavy bump drafting.
Just having a look at the replay here. Oh, sorry, that's from earlier on. Can't seem to
Good
jump
move,
back to
though.
it. can't seem to jump back to what's happened to Elias Dugan. He might have hit the limiter a little, or maybe shifted too early and done something to his engine.
Yeah, he's backed into the back of Donald Pittman.
Oh, he
coming
has.
down into the end of the corner there.
Yeah, it looks like his suspension's fallen off.
Yeah.
Pittman does like to get his elbows out a lot. But I'm not sure. I didn't see anything in live, but I don't think there was anything overly malicious.
No, I didn't get a notification for it. This is currently our closest battle on track. Everyone's a bit spread out now with about 9 minutes left to go. Oh, Pittman pulls out from out. Do we have a switchback situation going on here? It looks like we do. Now they're heading side by side down the back straight. Pittman's going to have the inside line going into the chicanes.
Left a lot of room on the inside, on the outside though. He's made it work.
He's made it work.
And goodbye, punter.
Waiting patiently for that for a while. He's done well to make that move. Let's just go have another look at that move back here. So we start back here. Pittman makes a move. Punter takes it back with the switchback. But he's left Pittman on the outside, so he's going to have the run down the straight into the chicane.
Yeah, I think what punter wants to do here is be all the way over on the left side of the track.
Yeah, try and
really dictating the track that Pittman's allowed to drive on.
Yeah.
He's just left too much space there.
He has left. Oh, look, looks like there was almost some contact, but he's done well to avoid it.
Yeah, Pittman he definitely had right to the space there.
All the action. We've currently got a lot of cars in the pits and out. We've only got 8 left on the running on the track. Very carnage-filled race today.
Been a bit of a race of attrition today.
Sure has. There's 6.5 minutes remaining. What's the situation? We've got John Fillingham comfortably out in the lead at the moment, 6-second gap. Jonathan Akers found himself back up into P2 after settling close to the leaders early on. Jamie Fleming now in P3 with John McHenry close behind him, could snag that last podium position too.
That 2-second gap between Jamie and John. John has been running slightly faster, but not sure if it's going to be enough to get ahead with about 6 minutes remaining. The best lap times, though, they've been running close times. Jamie's done a 1:25.7, 1:25.70, and John's done a 1:25.69. So it's very, very tight between the two of them at the moment.
Someone's just run off in the gravel there. Pittman.
Jump back on board. Oh yeah, looks like Let's have a little quick look here. The replay. Oh, Punter was able to get ahead. Gives him back the room.
Now we've had Elias Dugan disconnect as well. Did you have another incident, or just?
Looks like he got a mechanical black flag. Not quite sure what happened there. Couldn't see what caused it.
Might have had. He did hit the back. I think he broke his suspension, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. And Punt's just sticking behind on Pittman here.
3 minutes to go. 3.5 minutes. 2 more laps, I do believe, roughly.
So yeah, we're about two.
Where is
2
John
or 3
Phillips
laps.
on track?
John Philly, he's
Currently down the back straight.
he's got a nice gap. He's got about a 6-second gap to Jonathan Akers.
So he'll cross the line with 3 minutes remaining. 3 minutes. 2 more laps, maybe 3. Could be up to 3 here.
I'd put some. I'd put money on it going three more laps here.
Not used to such a quick track after a couple of long ones to start the season. Sub 1 minute 40 lap times.
Yeah.
Well, it's certainly built an action-filled race tonight. The highlights reel, I'm watching the video back on YouTube reviewing their race, will be not disappointed. They wanted to come see some crashes.
Let's just have a quick look on here with John McHenry. You can see Jamie's just there at the edge, but I don't know if he's going to have enough time bar an accident from Jamie. Jamie's just got to keep it straight here, and he'll take our last podium position. Does seem to be pulling away slightly as well. He's increased his gap to about 2.4.
Yeah, I don't think John McHenry's catching that one up tonight. But he has done a race with not qualifying and starting near the back. He's brought it up well to be P4. All the carnage around him.
And Jamie just a little bit too far ahead. So it looks like Donald Pittman's been able to pull a little bit of gap away from Barry Punter. Can he hold on to that to take 7th?
I think Jamie Fleming's got 3rd place secured here.
Let's jump on with John Fillingham here.
He'll be coming up for his last lap. This will be the last time he goes around the back. Second lap. If you're 40 seconds in the race to go, will it go white flag before he gets there?
Well, he could. He's got 5 seconds to play with, so he could maybe end it early.
He might end it early. Yeah, we'll see what he does.
No, I think he's too far ahead to do that at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how the white flag works in iRacing, but I don't think that's quite how it works.
So we have the white flag. Oh.
Huh?
I think it's white flag now.
It's white flag now.
It's white flag now. I think
I think Philly got a little bit
Gotten
excited there.
I'm all out to go, buddy.
He's got one more lap. Incidentally, he's just wiped out a second in his gap to Jonathan Akers.
Oh, lucky he didn't pull up for his post-race burnouts.
No.
You might have just given away the race at the end there. Yeah, he crossed the line with about 3 seconds to go on the clock, and it ticked over to the next lap. So he was definitely trying to finish that one early.
Yeah, he did a much slower lap. He ran a 1:26.9. So I think he might have been looking to end the race early on that one. A little bit of a flash.
There's a flash up the back straight last time.
I don't know. I'd be getting a little bit excited if I was Jonathan Akers because that gap has dropped down to about 3 seconds.
Down at 2.6, yes.
seconds. Let's just, in case it goes wrong in the it's gotten a lot closer. There's every chance this could go wrong with one corner left.
Here comes the checkered flag. He holds on to
And
it.
he holds
Great
on to the
victory
checkered
there.
flag.
Well done, John William. Great victory. Well drive, Jonathan Akers, second place.
We're going with
Jamie
Jamie.
Fleming will bring it home.
Bring it home for our last podium position here. He takes third with John McHenry following quickly for fourth. So have a look at Barry and Don. There's every chance that this fight is still on. It's low, but there's about a 0.8 of a second between them.
Barry's done really well to stay in the race, keep driving around after that early incident as well.
He has done well. He's had a busy race. There's been a lot of fighting for him too.
It's very, very easy to throw in the towel that early on after an incident.
And there we go. I think that's our finishing order.
There's our finishing order. So John
Settled
Fillon
there.
takes the win.
And he's doing his burnouts here.
And there's Philly doing his burnouts. Well-deserved burnouts.
I think he'd be very happy with that one. He drove very well. It was a very intense start to the race for him, and he did well. He gained position with his pit stop, and then he was being the benefactor of a couple of accidents, and he's been able to take away and take first place.
Congratulations, all drivers. Could the top three drivers jump into the waiting room for the post-race interview, please?
Yeah, definitely a very dramatic race from Fillingham's perspective, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
Very fortunate, maybe, as well.
Yeah. Very fortunate. Lots of incidents. Yeah, very, very massive race of attrition there, I think. All right, we'll drag our race winner in for a quick chat. See what he can break down from that race.
Get roasted.
John Philly, get roasted, huh?
That's it.
Well, welcome to the winner's circle again, mate. Get roasted, I think, was the theme of the night. There wasn't many cars that finished the race.
Mate, it was tricky. It was real tricky. The Mercedes, for me, was an absolute handful. So the guys out front pushing and hard, and yeah, as the track came up, I think it was just catching people out just a little bit too much. And yeah, round they went.
Yeah, that was just sort of watching your opponents just fall by the wayside. You just clean up and mop up the mess.
No, that's it.
Well done. And then we've got Jonathan Akers, who come in second. We'll drag him in here and see what his thoughts were chasing you there. A good battle for a bit there. John, well done, mate. The double Johns on the top again. Nice battle there with you and Philly for a while as well. during the early stages of the race. How'd you find that one? Battle of Survival?
So which John we're going with? Me?
You, Mr. Agus.
Yeah, look, don't usually run the GT4, so obviously we're really enjoying the Porsche League with you guys. So thought we'd jump in and make up the numbers, and obviously mindful not to mess up with anyone's championship since we're just blow-ins. But no, look, great racing, you guys. Like I say, we race in some of the big leagues where there's huge numbers of cars on the track, and it's pretty much a free for all. But you guys clean, smooth. You can't ask for any better than that, and we're really enjoying our time here. So the battles are great, and especially in the GT4s, they're nice and close, and great track combos. I loved it.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And thanks for joining us. It's great to have you guys in here. It provides extra room and some extra experience in the field as well. We'll bring in Jamie Fleming now, our third place getter. Evening, Jamie. Third place,
you
mate.
going? Yeah.
You just, as said to John Fillingham, you guys just sort of potted along and then cleaned up the podium places where everyone else fell off.
Well, yeah, I had that incident. I've got to go back and have a look at the incident in the first lap. I'm not sure what happened there, whether that was my fault or if I didn't give enough room or something. I'm not sure, but I got turned around and sort of went back to I think nearly last place, and then I was driving by myself and I was doing low 26s, and everybody was doing sort of that mid to high 26s. So I sort of caught up to the pack. The idea was to catch up to the pack and then pit, and then with the aim to get everybody on pit lane. So I sort of got back to fifth place. And I was pretty content with just keeping that. The guys were 13, 14 seconds ahead of me, and I wasn't catching them. I wasn't losing them, but I wasn't catching them. And then the two boys in front had the accident. 2 or 3 of them had an accident in front of me, and up front, and they sort of put me into third place, and I'm like, well, stick with that.
Beautiful, well done. Congratulations again to our podium. Thank you all for racing again tonight. Thank you to VGA again for the sponsorship of this race. Next week, we are heading to Spa, I believe.
Oh, nice.
I'm pretty sure it is. I looked at Spa.
Yeah,
So that should be an interesting track for you all. Nice big long straights again. Hopefully you get a few good turnouts. So thank you very much, guys. And thank you everyone for tuning in on the stream. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you to my co-commentators as well tonight, Sam and Joel.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for putting this on.